So let's start with talking about you. Tell us something about yourself.
Perfect. I am Nishita, and currently I am working as a design manager in NH1 Design, which is here in Gurgaon itself. And yeah, it's been close to 1 year now, and I think that that'll sum up currently what I'm doing professionally. Yes.
So, how was your life at NIFT?
Oh, life at NIFT was absolute fun, filled with lot of learning. Honestly, I have done my masters from NIFT Gandhinagar, and I was there for 2 years. I was not a pandemic kid. I was there of years, and I've done my specialization in strategy design management. Um, so yeah, it was a legit good experience because half of the people I think are unaware that NIFT actually gives you opportunity to do masters in a field like strategy also.
Right.
Because everybody has a connotation that NIFT is affiliated more towards with apparels, with accessories, with fashion design, MD as it's called as. But yeah, no, it's very expanded in that in terms of its curriculum. So yeah, that was my one surprisingly one learning before I actually joined in NIFT. I was like, okay, we can do something like this also. So yeah,
So, it wasn't planned basically.
actually, I would say it was planned very unconsciously because I've done my bachelor's in journalism. And whenever I tell them that I've done design, like I've studied design from journalism, so everybody is a little astonished of the switch. So actually, while I was working, I started as a communication designer, primarily visuals. And then while I was working, then I got a lot of instances where I was like, okay, research is my forte. I should go into research. Strategy is my forte. That's something that I should learn more. And then I was like, okay, this is the point where I think I'm gonna deviate from what I'm currently doing. And then I came across NIT, I came across NIFT, I came across SEED, and all these entrance exams, specifically design schools, as it's called. And yeah, so at later point, it got planned.
Did you take
Yeah.
any coaching?
No, I did not take any coaching. I think for for some people, they make their technical bent for that particular thing. As I think that is something that I believe in. Because suppose if somebody is appearing for a paper like UPSC, maybe somebody is just fascinated about clearing it and not what kind of duties and roles they'll be obliged to do. So they're just preparing for it. But for people like me, I kind of knew where to go, what to do. So that is why I don't think I needed the coaching at that point of time because I just understood, okay, these are the set of questions that I asked, these are the set of rules that are taken care of, and I kind of gave mock tests. I hunted mock tests literally on Google only. I hunted for mock tests, and on YouTube there were several YouTube videos I still remember, and I sat, did my vocabs, LRs. I was good at sketching, so my cat and my cat were part of that only, if I'm not wrong. Yeah. So yeah, no coaching.
Any preparation tips for upcoming, students who are preparing for NIFT or any other entrance exam for design? Of course.
I think one thing that I'll ask everybody, and now it just feels very surreal when I'm saying this because at one point of time, 2 years ago, I was myself hunting for such videos, prep tips. That what can I do? Something that I should take care of. Be it NID, be it NIFT, any design school that I was applying for. So one thing is just be true to what you know and be true to what you do not know, because if you end up being a little wannabe, you lose onto the real knowledge that you can surely apply into the paper. And the paper is sometimes straightforward, but at times it actually tests you because they'll go as deep as tell your favorite color and why. and they just want to know the nuances of it, your answers. Like, what is your favorite color, and what kind of thinking do you have while have that as your favorable color? So how do you function? What do you think? What is your color theory? What color do you what emotion do you think the color associate itself with? So things like this, little things. So you should have good knowledge about the typical LR, the fonts, a little font, general awareness and everything. But at the same time, you should have your own touch also, because when it comes to sketching and when it comes to a scene creation or whatever, they can give you any scene or situation and you have to sketch it. So your visualization and your knowledge to translate your thoughts into paper, that should be clean and crisp. So that is one thing that I ask every aspirant to practice, and just be true to your own originality. That is it. That is genuinely it. And yeah,
What, according to you, are the common mistakes that one should not do while preparing for the entrance exam, or what are the mistakes that you did during your preparation?
while I was preparing, yeah, primarily for sketch, I would say. When you are supposed to sketch, sometimes, and what happens? Sometimes when you're giving mocks one after another, the format. And what happens? You know that there might be a question based on perspectives, and then you keep on building, practicing the perspectives. One perspective only, two perspectives only, or whatever it is, and then you get so habitual to it that you can't think beyond that, and the paper will surprise you some other question only. So do not do that. Take mocks as mocks, literally, legitimately mocks only. Practice it as a challenging thing, that okay, this is something that happened, I can do this. Depend on live sketching more, so that you can build your skills. Don't stick to one format, because you never know. Because what happens is, if you would learn in a wider form, you will be able to crack and appear for a lot of competitive exams, not just NIFT, NID, SEED, and everything. You will be more well versed with your, and you can depend on your skills more. Don't copy paste. That I'll say, that don't copy paste any answer or any format, or just don't. I don't know what to say, because what happens is, people think that okay, this is being asked, now I should learn like this only. Or suppose LR is there, so this is something I should do this only. Just understand the concept, because it'll help you only. Understand the concept, how the concept will get cracked, and then you can do whatever you want to do.
How has your journey been till date, from getting admission to NIFT to becoming a designer?
Um, I think till now. Now also I'm switching roles and everything. I'm between those, but it has been. I don't. It's just a learning thing. I won't be able to make it fancy. I won't be able to make it sound like very lucrative for anybody else to be like, okay, this is what I want to do. The thought of it should make you well motivated. Okay, this is something that you do. Because I'll give a short example. If I'm to talk about my journey, there are very less people who really like what they do, and there are even more lesser people who actually end up doing what they learned from their colleges. There are very less people who are into the same industry what they learned. We know every engineer who's now doing an MBA. So touch wood, that was not my thing. Like, if I've learned strat, if I had the knack of strat, if I had a knack of research, I made sure that I land in a place where research is being done, or where strategy is being done. Because sometimes what happens, people end up going to the college and they completely forget what their focus was. and they completely at the same point forget why they were here for. They were here for be it fashion designing, they were here for accessory design, or they were here for fashion management and everything. You should keep remembering what you are here for and apply to the same places, people who are doing that in the industry. And I think I was true to that. Maybe however lucrative offers I could get, I did get, but then at the same point I was like, this is not what I want to do, because there's a lot of slogging into it, and I just want to keep continue doing what I've learned, because that is when my passion will kick in and I'll keep going. So in terms of transitioning from masters to into the industry, touch wood, is have been really great. I still use my same design methodologies. I still use what my professors told me, and there was a point of that there was this moment when I pitched something, it went ahead, and I was on urge to call my professor. He did not pick up. That was another story. But I called my professor, telling him I applied exactly what you told me. So, and it went ahead. So that is it. If you just true to what you know, what you want to learn, and what you want to do, your masters, your bachelors, everything will be smooth. Your transition from your campus to your industry will be absolutely smooth.
So you just said it, you did what your professor asked you to. So what are the key learnings from your college days that you use during your career?
Nice question. Because what happens, uh, once something that you learn, be it school also, something that you learn, it becomes very monotonous, and sometimes it just becomes you're obliged to learn. Okay, suppose it's your 12th and you want to do the organic chemistry, you really have to do it, but you don't want to become a scientist, like, come on, or be it a chemical engineer or whatever it is. You're obliged to do it because you want to cross that path. That is the fun part that you can overcome in NIFT, or be it any design college, or practically in design as a field. You're not obliged to do anything. You can learn, you can keep experimenting, you can keep building your own methodologies and frameworks, and you can discuss with your professors, your batchmates and everything. So that is something that I still have in me, because that was my own learnings. I was not obliged to learn uh, whatever authors were there. So yeah, in terms of key learnings and everything, I think my own ways to research could be one. My own ways to build inferences, my own ways to do interviews, insights. My I built my own ways. Obviously, goes without saying, with the help of my professors and the curriculum, because campus is something that will shape you. So yeah, as important as the campus is, utna important it's for you to make your own set of understandings,
So
because
is there
that is something
anything
that
that
you will take forward.
portfolio is one of the most important part of a designer's career? What's your say in that?
I think portfolio, and I know whosoever is watching it, they'll quickly be like, just tell us how portfolio is made. Don't waste time, just tell us how portfolio is being made. Because I remember myself skipping to that part and like, please tell me. But fun fact is, there's nothing like a concrete portfolio. That is the fun part. Uh, Portfolio is nothing but you depicting yourself in a very structured form. So be it, that's what I'm saying, be it any field. And the best part about design is, um, there's no limits. There's no particular way this is your portfolio, this is the way your portfolio should be. There's nothing like that. Your portfolio can be a 10-page sketch also. Your portfolio, just do not keep it verbose, but your portfolio can be completely illustrations, vectors flying across, and just depicting who you are. So when you're making a portfolio, make sure that you are keeping your work in a very structured form, which explains who you are, what you do in a very quicker manner. When I showcase my portfolio and my work, if I am intrigued in start work and research, I make sure I have little case studies with me. Because the interviewer is whosoever I'm in a conversation with, and I get an opportunity to share my work, the person won't have that much of time. I had 2 years to build it. They won't have 2 years to go through it. They'll just have what, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and I'll to quickly show them. So keep it crisp. Make sure your whole portfolio is divided into case studies, because that case studies will have objectives. That case study will be a very focused work. That case study will have little nuances of your learnings that will show your caliber. That case study will have end results, and it doesn't matter even if it doesn't have end results, but it'll have a process. That process is very important in team building. How do you understand a problem or a real life situation and everything? That is the whole aspect of having a portfolio, to represent your quick skills, to represent your understanding for different domains. So that is how portfolio actually functions. But if you want to know how portfolio has been made, I think having a structured way, putting your case studies, your learnings and everything, that is should be your portfolio, not a full length documents. Document should not be a portfolio.
What, according to you, are the common challenges faced by designers while looking for a job?
I think when we talk about making a career, I know a lot of people who are not actually building a career, but they're just doing a job, whatever job they get. Be it it's like a high paying job, but they're just doing a job, it's not fulfilling them. So that's not a career. If you want to build a career, you build it from the scratch where you know what you're doing. So for me, I think I've been on a positive side, because I quit while I was transitioning from my bachelor's into the field working. Then was the point when I understood, okay, this is something that I like doing and I want to go forward in this particular thing only. So I was true to that awareness of mine. If you know that engineering is not for you, or if you know medical is not for you, or be it design is not for you, please be true to that. That is how you will understand this is for you, and then you will build a career. And the building career is not an action, and it's not a one day decision. It happens very unknowingly and unconsciously, because if you keep doing repetitively what you like, you do it for 1 year, you do it for 2 years, you do it for 5 years, you do it for a decade, and then a career is built, realizing, okay, this is what I like, and I've now become a veteran in this. And that just happens when you're true to it and you're happy, and you keep going back to that one learned skill. So for me also, I think, and for anybody else also, I think I would just suggest for anybody to be true to that one aspect, and then only you'll be able to build a career out of it, or else you'll just sadly be doing a 9 to 5 job, fulfilling the recruiter's purpose or the business purpose rather than your own. So yeah,
What's the placement process at NIFT?
placements were fairly okay, but at the same time, sadly, uh, if you get it, you get it. I'll be brutally honest. I won't make anybody who's viewing this, you or anybody, fool that, oh, you'll get it, or no, please be dependent on the placements only and everything. Uh, Placements are fine enough, but I would still suggest to keep looking outside of your campus also.
What's
The
the
placement
process
fair
there?
also. Oh, for NIFT, you have portals, CMS portals, where it's very structured format, where what happens is, you and there is a number of chances only that you get. You can only apply for like two places or one place, and if you get through in that one place, then you can't proceed further. So at the same, yeah, at the same point, if you can't proceed further after one, if you get accepted by one, then it's a good thing na, that you should explore the industry on your own also. But yeah, coming back to the portal, you have portal. It's a very structured format where you register yourself, you have your resumes, and then they'll properly list at what campus, what recruiter is coming, or what brand, what company is coming. And similarly, you sit for those particular dates. Or sometimes you might have to travel also. Suppose I was in Delhi, and at that point of time I was in Delhi, and I waited for the placements to happen in NIFT Delhi. So I sat for NIFT Delhi, and there's one fun catch that there's nothing like that only a NIFT Delhi candidate can sit on in Delhi placements. It's decentralized in that manner. The placements are completely decentralized, and anybody from NIFT can sit in any campus on any day.
How was your interview at NIF? What kind of questions were asked during that?
My interview was, I think, by the faculty only. I don't remember if it's from the camp, because you never know na, what campus the faculty is from, because once that accumulated task and everything result and everything happens, then the campus and everything happens. Anyway, so the kind of questions were, to my surprise, was not at all curriculum and anything related. It was just a normal chit chat where I still, but at the same time, they'll ask you the details. So they asked me, I think vaguely I remember, why do you want to do it? Is a standard question. They'll ask you, what drives you? That is one. And then secondly, they asked me, what is my liking? What do I like? What do I do? And I remember saying that I still do. I love for street photography. And then they asked me like what kind of photography. Then I said street photography. And then they like, do you follow somebody, like do you know somebody, or you aspire somebody's work? And I still remember saying Curry's name. And then they like, what camera do you use, what lens do you use? So they'll get into details of it, because you just want to know, are you really passionate about what you're saying?
You need to be careful with what you are saying.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. You really, and not just in campuses, not just while getting into campuses, but in your professional life also. Be true. I honestly, when I used to hear people saying that be true to yourself or just be true, I used to think like, what? This is so vague. This doesn't make sense, because you just can't be true in every situation. But at the same time, now when I'm practicing it, it just comes to me naturally. Because if I'm true, I can go on and on and on. I can keep ranting. But if you're artificially making things no, then there'll be lot of hiccups. So in your interviews also, if you'll just be true, like why you're here, what do you wanna do, and what do you like. So the passion will come in from within, and the interviewer will feel nice to take you into the campus. Because now in my campus, NIFT Gandhinagar, sorry, in Gandhinagar, the professors are now taking the interview and they're analyzing every candidate, how the candidate is, why and they're analyzing your aptitude for the specific course also at that point of time. Are you really capable enough for research? Are you capable enough for graphics? Do you have the right skill sets for those 2 years or not? Because there'll be a lot of challenging projects that'll come in, a lot of challenging assessments that'll come in, and then there's very little room for you to not go well in that process. So that is why interviews are extremely important.
Finally, before we end this interview, is there anything that you would like to share with the upcoming students?
I think firstly, I'll just thank you for reaching out and let me actually have this chance to have this conversation and express this word, because trust me, Isha, it's really important, because I still, it just, whenever now I'm talking, it's just hitting me back to my old days, 2 years prior, when I was legit struggling to get a right content or right guidance so I can seek help from. And so, yeah, thank you. And before ending this, I would just say that if you're actually pursuing design, just go for it. Your competition and everything will happen anywhere. Focus on your skill sets, build unmeasurable skills so that you are just out there and you can do anything, be it any exam or professional life and anything. If your skill sets are poor, it makes you unique. That makes you unique. Your learning, your drive to learn more, your drive to complete, have good skill set. Um, I think that is something. And please be open about your confusions. If you're stuck somewhere, if you're confused, please reach out to your teachers, reach out to your family, your friends for any smallest hiccup in your career or anything. Because if you solely try to figure it out, sometimes you'll get frustrated and you won't find the right people around. So, yeah, that is one thing. And enjoy design.
Thank you so much for
So,
joining.
likewise.